Здравствуйте, this is the Russian Reversal with another unboxing video. This time I just got the TurboGrafx 16. To be frank with you, I am not as super familiar with this console. The only game I'm pretty familiar with is Bomberman. So I am actually pretty excited about this one though, because unlike a lot of my other mini consoles, there's not specific variations between different regions on this one. So you can get the PC Engine games, so the Japanese version, along with the English versions of some of these games. So instead of saying like, hey, I missed out on this game because it wasn't localized, you get a more comprehensive package in this one. So for instance, I own 2 Famicom Minis and the NES Classic. So nice to have one version that has the games. So let's take a look and see what's inside the TurboGrafx Mini. Before we start, just want to let you know, please like and subscribe if this content is of interest to you. Also, if you'd like to pick one of these up yourself, there is a link below that helps support the channel. I also have some of my equipment on there as well. But for now, let's take a look at the TurboGrafx. So here's the TurboGrafx 16. This is how the front of the console, and on the back it lists the TurboGrafx 16 games and then the PC Engine games that are included. So this is pretty cool that how it looks, but pretty standard for most mini consoles. So it looks like there's not a tape on this particular one, so it's a pretty tight fit. But we pull this out, so there we are. Right on top we have the instructions. From what I can tell, looks like is mostly English and French for the instructions. Nothing too fancy, but good stuff to have. Right here is the controller, and this has a really long cable, which is really nice. So that is pretty cool, unlike some other mini consoles. The buttons here, as best as I can tell, look pretty much like the original TurboGrafx. So that looks pretty good. Looks like you have a turbo mode there. Buttons feel good, controller feels good. It's a little bit more weighty than some of the normal controllers, but still some pretty good stuff there. So, and then here on the side is a USB cord. This one might be a tad short, and I'll show you why here in a second, but no direct wall outlet, which probably makes sense as much as I like to have that for different regions because they have different power needs. And then, okay, cool. So on the bottom here is your HDMI cord, which is kind of essential. And then on the bottom, so I flip this like so. So there's the TurboGrafx right there. It looks like it has a little fake card slot, which is pretty cool. It's your power. Just kind of got that nice kind of click chunk kind of feel. USB ports for your controllers. Unfortunately, it comes with one controller, but not all of them include 2, so not bad. On the back, and this is where it gets a little interesting, is on the back there's actually, inside this little hole is a HDMI port, and on the back here is where you have your micro USB. So what you need to do is, it might seem like you feel like you're going to break it, there's actually a little clip on the back here, so you just put your fingers underneath it and it pops right out. So right here is the HDMI port, and then underneath is also a USB, micro USB, and it kind of threads through to the side. I think you can also thread through the back if you take this off, but if you want to keep that on, you're going to need to thread through the side. So this might be a tad short. So just be aware of that if you're pretty far from your wall outlet. But otherwise, it looks really cool. Definitely looks good on a shelf. You know, for a certain generation of gamers, this is a pretty cool and also a great way for those who, like me, have missed out on the TurboGrafx to play a new one. Also, the fact that includes both the PC engine and the TurboGrafx games is pretty cool. So if you'd like to pick one up yourself, check the link below that also helps support the channel. Also below is links to my social media. Recently joined TikTok. I'm posting quite frequently there. And you can also check Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and links to all my equipment. And lastly, if this interests you, please give a like and subscribe, and give a comment too. I love your feedback and see what you would like me to talk about in my next videos. So until then, thank you so much, and das vidanya.